TikTok. Hello, good neighbor, TikTok user, fellow human on Earth. What's going on? It's the Badwolf. Once again, the man in black. Here to drop some more knowledge on you guys. Well, today's DM that made it to me was about a female asking questions about submission. Should she submit to her dude? All right, that's a pretty good question. Let's get started. As always, you guys can check me out on Black Site 32. You can also find me on jamesclovett.com. Also on YouTube under @ the Bad Wolf, and I will be dropping more fantastic knowledge on Yo AZZ. All right, so I kind of talked about this in other videos, but we'll make this one exclusively about this subject. All right. So, and I know last time I talked about it a little bit, it triggered some females out there who want to do, well, guess what? Can't stop, won't stop. Still going to keep spreading the truth. If you don't like what I have to say, then exit stage left. But no, you don't, because some of you guys out there are bitter and you want to hate. Don't worry, I get dudes on here too. Ain't nobody safe. You know, dumb is as dumb does. Play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. But you can't beat the mental health illness that so many people out there have. So let me correct some of your verticals, all right? And horizontals for some of you. So should a female submit to a male? In general, no. He has to earn that title. I'm the first person to say that most of you females should not be giving booty to dudes still living at their mom's house, living in the basement, couch surfing. Sorry if that offends any of you dudes out there, but I don't really care either. Because, see, a lot of dudes they're full-size boys. You haven't earned the title. You haven't proven the title of being a man. You're male doesn't make you a man. There's a difference. You can be female, and a full-size girl does not make you a woman. It is a title given amongst other people who are already men and women. Or women title you as a man and a man. It's an upper echelon. So in general, should a female just submit to a dude? No. She is her own being. And until somebody earns it, you don't just get it. Period. But now, if he should earn it. He has to be a man. He has to be able to take care of his responsibilities and be able to extend his protection and services and resources to her and anybody who she's with, okay, meaning her children. But, ladies, you also have to understand that submitting doesn't mean being a slave. No, that's what these other bitter, lonely females want you to think. They're trying to social engineer you to be bitter, miserable, and alone like them. Misery always loves company. What it is it actually takes more effort and energy, more strength, how about that? More strength to understand that you and yourself are your own whole queendom, and that you do not need and require, especially in today's society. Now, back in the old days, yes, you absolutely needed to. Most women wouldn't have stood a chance in the raw world by themselves. That's why a lot of them used to band together. But in this modern day, yeah, I can honestly say that, yeah, you guys do not need or require us. However, in a lot of things, whether it's having a child, the baby juices come from a man, not from a woman. And protection in a lot of different ways, and an insight on safety, and, to kill spiders. What I'm trying to say is that, like, look, you females, women, girls, you guys can do you. But at some point in time, you're going to need a man, whether it's your mechanic, whether it's, to fix your roof. And don't get me wrong, women do some of those jobs too, but even the infrastructure of the world on the daily basis is operated a majority by men, even though there's more women in the world. So what does that tell you? Women like the more softer, more relaxed, jobs, and guys are built for the hard, gritty, nasty, crummy stuff that this world throws at us on a daily basis that you guys don't see. So whether it's directly or indirectly, yes, you will need one. But as far as submitting to a man or a male, only if he deserves it, and only if you want to. See, the queen has her own power, but the strength that it takes for her not to try to lead, but to give it all to him and then place him in the position to not only take on what he already has, but hers with her power, while she leads in the back shadows, fixing his tie, whispering in his ear, correcting him, making sure he looks good, and all this stuff. That is a powerful person to be behind the scenes. See, as somebody who's run with some of these elite, okay, a little bit, not a whole lot, because they don't really keep the door open for everybody. But I understood something that they taught me, which is quiet power. Power, real power, is quiet. It doesn't need to be in the front. Real power is quiet. It is the hidden hand. There's been many times I've been in many situations where, you know, I was more powerful than the manager or the person at the bar or at the club or in the streets or whatever else, and they didn't know, because that's how real power is supposed to be. So I ask you, who really has the power then if the man is leading, but you can control your power that you give him and you can control his? But so you also have to be somebody who's not all a look at me type person, male or female. Because if you're that kind of person, then you're a child. See, the real wealthy and the real elite, the real people who run this world, you guys, you will never even know their names. They will walk right by you on the street and you will never even know. They have people out there like Jay-Z, Beyonce, and, you know, Timberlake and Eminem. They have those people as front runners, you know, even like the Rothschilds. Ooh, you know their name? Well, if you know their name, they're not really the true wealthy people. The real wealthy people, you can't find their names because they control the narrative. All right, but anyway, I digress. So it's understanding that there is power in submission, but it doesn't mean that you're his slave. It means that you are the more powerful piece behind the one that's in the public eye. So if he gets into a fight, everybody's going to be focusing on him, and you can walk up behind somebody and clock them out because they're not expecting you. They're worried about him. So no, a woman should, or a female should not just submit to a male, but at the same time, men, you also have to submit as the king or the leader to your woman. If you want her to submit to you, you have to submit to her, which then means you have to let her run the behind-the-scenes things. The male is the physical, and the female is the metaphysical, the spiritual. And if you're a female and you're not that spiritual, you're not that feminine, you are doing your body and soul a disjustice. You're not letting it be the full potential of what it was meant to be and what you're capable of being and becoming. See, they want to play these social engineering games with you guys and get you guys all unbalanced. That's why females have a really hard time, you know, being in the masculine role. And guys, you know, same thing, being in the feminine role, because then they can't be a masculine man and females can't be a feminine female. Like I said, I wouldn't know half of this if I wouldn't have experienced it and been around some of these elites and wealthy and, you know, even, but hell, I learned stuff from bums on the street. You know what I mean? I learned from everybody. I just had a very unique life. So that's why I bring you guys what the real deal is. But hey, do yourselves. Be who you want to be. I'm not saying you can't be a female and have masculine traits, or masculine with some feminine traits and properties. So it's all about you doing you, but it's about you knowing what the game is, because they want all of us to be like bees inside of a jar, shaken up without realizing who's shaking the jar. Meanwhile, we're fighting each other, and they're sitting back watching and laughing at our entertainment at our expense. So you guys take care of each other and love yourself first, but be good to the person that you're with. Always take the moral high ground no matter what other people do to you, unless it's just that point in time to make an example out of somebody. But give fair warning. People can't read your minds. Stay healthy. Keep your minds right. And enjoy life. All right? Enjoy what you have right now. As the Badwolf, I'm signing off for now, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for listening.